few episodes so far that Chise was like truly inspired and happy after that, and immediately after that, she transforms into a phoenix.
Exactly. And I thought that was a beautiful symbolism there as well.
Yeah,
Um, of course, the phoenix being a sign of rebirth.
yeah,
Um, a phoenix, it goes up in flames and then rises from the ashes again. It's a beautiful idea of like a circle of life.
yes,
So I think that it was really fitting that she transformed into a phoenix just as, she was finally able to rid herself of some of these mental negativity, right?
yeah,
That's kind of been hanging over her for a long time. I don't think she's completely out of the gloom yet, but she's making some strides towards the
yeah.
light for sure. Hey guys, welcome to the Anime Philosophers. I'm Freedom,
I'm Alan,
and
and
we
we
are
are
the Anime Philosophers.
Welcome back, guys, and happy holidays from the Anime Philosophers. We enjoy talking about anime. We like talking about it. We hope you like it too.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoy us dissecting your favorite anime. And occasionally, every now and then, we even come up with some interesting insights. So stay tuned.
Yeah, sounds good. And this week we'll continue our series on the Ancient Magus Bride. Before we get into it, though, Preetam, any interesting news or events or comments from last week?
Yeah, so last week we had our listener DJ Ninja make a really interesting comment about our earlier episode where we were talking about, what exactly are Sleigh Beggies. We didn't really understand what sort of magical being they were. So he's actually shed some light on that issue. So I'm just gonna read his comment because I think it's pretty interesting. So I quote: "Sorcerers rely on their own magical power. Mages use the help of Fae to get the same results. As far as my understanding goes, you have to have pre-existing magical power to become either. Sleigh Beggies are, interestingly, neither, yet they are also both. They're their own kind of magic casters that continuously both generate their own magic and absorb it from their surroundings. You remember when Chise absorbed Elise's arm back in episode 8? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really a great point that they're this unique hybrid of being in that they're able to both generate their own and absorb magical power from their surroundings. So, very interesting and possibly why they're so rare and so sought after.
Yeah, very interesting insight. I really hope we find out more in the next few episodes, actually, about their true nature.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, if any of our listeners, if you have any insight onto some of the questions we have, some of the things that we discuss, please leave a comment. This is really useful. If we'd like to bring up your ideas as well, so that everyone can get a little bit wiser.
Yeah, sounds good. And we learn a lot from comments, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so this week it's episode 12.
Oh yeah. But by the way, we didn't have an episode last week for the holidays.
Right.
But I guess we sort of lucked out in that the Ancient Magus Bride is taking a break this week, so there's only one episode to cover, episode 12.
All right, so yeah, without any further ado, I guess we can jump to episode 12. Better to ask the way than go astray.
Nice.
As always, yeah, great title.
I wonder if these titles, do they rhyme in Japanese too, or
I don't know. That's a good point. I feel like they have to be powerful in Japanese too.
Yeah.
And maybe they did a really good job translating. You never know.
Yeah, because I think a couple have been rhyming, so it's kind of hard to do that if you have to translate.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Must be a really good translator, man.
Yeah. All right. There's no summary.
No description. Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess we're jumping in it without any expectations, which is good.
Yeah, we're going in blind. All right. So let's watch the episode.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. We just finished episode 12 of the Ancient Magus Bride.
Yep. I really liked this episode. Very, very great animation as always. Great music, great soundtrack throughout the whole episode,
Absolutely.
and very poetic language.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so that really captivated me. So yeah, I thought I also like this episode. It's a little bit different from the previous episodes. It's more lighthearted, more hopeful,
That's
more
right.
optimistic, right? Um, yeah, so Chise finally finishes her wand,
Yeah.
and she talks with Nevin, the wise dragon.
Right.
Um, I really like the setting where they talked. I really like the way he described it. Like, this is the place where, you know, people who travel and people who have finished their travels meet, or something like that. Like, very poetic.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
And I really like the conversation they had, and how Nevin was able to, give her more optimism, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's wise. He's super wise.
Yeah. To put it
I,
mildly.
I love what he says. The way he does it. He does it in a very gentle way.
Yeah.
Right. He kind of nudges her
Yeah.
to discover that hope within herself.
Yeah.
And I like what he says. He says, "Why don't you just try talking to yourself?"
Yeah.
It's just an old geezer back here. Don't pay me much mind.
Yeah.
Just talk to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, even when he gave advice, he was like, don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself a little bit too.
Of course. Yeah, that was really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way he says it, he's not saying like, he isn't doing it in a um in like, like he's lecturing her or something,
No,
right?
no.
He says like, let me think to myself too. He's
Yeah.
I wonder why, Chise's
Yeah.
mother didn't end up killing her.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder why, and he goes along this, like, he just asks all these questions, and it's just beautifully done. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like forces her to like come to terms with that, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, and then he asks her like, I wonder why, and she says, I like, and you can see like that tension like bubbling up in her. She's like, I don't know why,
Yeah,
like she,
yeah.
it's like whatever is troubling her, all that negativity is like digging its claws into her, like it knows, like, it's
Yeah.
about to be stripped away.
Yeah.
It's really, they just did a great job of showing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was one of the few episodes so far that Chise was like truly inspired and happy after that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And immediately after that she transforms into a phoenix to
yeah,
to go talk to Alias.
exactly. And I thought that was a beautiful symbolism there as well.
Yeah.
Of course, the phoenix being a sign of rebirth.
Yeah.
A phoenix, it goes up in flames and then rises from the ashes again. It's a beautiful idea of like a circle of life.
Yes.
So I think that it was really fitting that she transformed into a phoenix, just as she was finally able to rid herself of some of these, just this mental negativity, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of been hanging over her for a long time. I don't think she's completely out of the gloom yet, but she's making some strides towards the
Yeah.
light for sure. That was cool. I also liked, speaking of symbolism, I really liked her wand, the shape of her wand.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she drew a bird, at the top, because in the anime, throughout the anime, like the fairies refer to her as Robin, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Little Robin or whatever. So that worked really well. Her wand it seems to be some sort of bird, a robin, and they even used her hair, right? Her scarlet hair to kind of bind everything together. So,
That's right.
A nice interconnection there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I like when she came back to Alias, she seemed much more at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like what she was saying. She's like, I could never have imagined just a little while ago a place this warm,
Yeah.
right? And that was a nice contrast with what Elias said when she was gone, and he was like, it's cold, like the air is cold,
Yeah.
so cold here.
That's right.
Yeah.
even though it was summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they did a good job there. Yeah, and if you contrast, I think there was one flashback when she was in the first episode or so, and you looked at her eyes.
Mm.
They
Oh
seemed like
yeah,
dead,
yeah, completely dead.
and
Yeah,
then by the end of the episode, she seemed so alive, so happy.
yeah,
Yeah, huge transformation.
yeah. Nice juxtaposition there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, again, I love the idea of how they're able to use the environment as a metaphor
mm.
for, some of these more abstract concepts. Like when she was in that place with Nevin, like like it's kind of hinted that it was all happening in her mind, kind of, right?
Right.
And but it was just beautiful, like the and when, as Nevin, you were pointing out earlier, said it's kind of where people who don't usually meet, their paths can intersect here. This is one of the few
Yeah,
places where that can happen, and that it appears different to everyone, right?
that's right. Yeah,
And so Nevin's surprised. He's like, "So this is how it looks in your
yeah,
eyes, right?"
yeah,
Which is beautiful. Like these like super tall trees with like interconnecting walkways made of like
yeah,
branches and stuff. Very 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 cool idea.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the interconnection too. At the end, he was like,
Right, right.
"Yeah, we're all connected. We're all gonna meet at some point."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Lindell, Nevin, Chise, Alias. So
Yeah. Very very cool.
yeah,
And we got a little bit more background on her past with that short positive, for once positive,
right.
recollection of her past with her parents. And we saw her. I guess we saw her mom and dad like really saw them completely for the first time, and her dad for the first time appears.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and they seem very loving parents.
Yeah,
So
seem like good people. Yeah.
yeah,
So I wonder why. I wonder why. What happened there? What happened to twist that
yeah. I don't know.
happy family they had, and why does Chise only remember the negative sides? Right.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
must have happened there.
definitely. Like she said, she had forgotten that good memory.
Yeah.
So
Something crazy must have happened. There must have been a reason that her
yeah,
mother
yeah,
killed herself. There's something behind that.
yeah. There's probably like a third party that forced them to do
Yeah,
something.
there's got to be something there. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I don't know if they were hinting, like, remember that dialogue the parents were having. Um, like her dad says, "Don't worry, like I'll protect you from them" or whatever.
oh yeah, that's right.
And then mom's like, you were so frightened of them at the beginning too, or something like that. Remember she
Yeah,
says
yeah.
something like that. I wonder if they can see these things as well. I
Mm.
kind of have a feeling like they potentially have some magical power too.
Yeah, maybe not as intense as Cheese is, but yeah,
Yeah, because they definitely, I don't know. That's what it seemed like. At least
right.
with what she said to her dad. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. And
Yeah.
it looked like in that memory that Chise might also have a sibling
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
because her mom was pregnant at that time. So
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him or her.
Yeah. Again, a lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, so all this positivity actually contrasted even more by the end of the episode, where they had that intense ending, like after the ending credits,
Yeah.
that sort of preview of the next episode. It
Yeah.
seemed much more intense. So
Yeah. I'm psyched up. In the preview credits, we saw Chise wearing like some crazy robes, right? It
yeah,
almost looked
yeah,
like Lyndall's robes or something.
yeah, yeah. She looked like a full-fledged
Full-fledged
mage.
mage. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. They're psyching us up. I guess they knew that the next week was going to be a break and stuff. So
maybe. Yeah,
getting us psyched. It's kind of like the mid-season
that's
point,
right.
right?
That's
So
right. Yeah, yeah. They
almost
wanna,
like a mid-season finale kind of thing.
yeah, they wanna keep up the hype, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, now that the next year is coming, we can start new anime for next week or the week after as a new season starts.
Right.
So yeah, if any of our viewers have any suggestions on what anime you want us to start covering next for the winter season, right? It's the winter season, right?
Yeah, winter. Is it winter season? I guess so. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah, we're finishing the fall season. Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave those in the comments. Would love to take a look at them. We could probably do like 2 or 3 different ones.
Yeah. So one of them, of course, is we're going to be continuing Ancient Magus Bride.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we can probably do 2 more, and maybe a third if there's something exceptionally good or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, if you liked the episode, please give us a like. As usual, drop your comments below. Expand the description section. We have timestamps with all the highlights and stuff, so you can just get straight to the ideas that you're interested in. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode, folks.
All right, guys. As always, Happy New Year's
and stay inspired.